very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. Leaders mark 1 year of dissolution of Parliament, say the threat of regression has not subsided yet. Tribhuvan University organizes 47th convocation. PM Deuba stresses on equal access to education for all. UML obstruct National Assembly session, Upper House meeting postponed until further notice. Omicron spreading significantly faster than Delta, WHO chief warns of reinfection from the virus. And Guardiola wants Foden and Grealish over conduct. The England duo were reportedly pictured in a nightclub after the Leeds win. And now the news in detail. It has been 1 year since the House of Representatives was dissolved for the first time after the promulgation of the new constitution. While observing the first anniversary of the dissolution of lower house yesterday, the leaders opened that the threat of regression has not subsided fully. CPN Maoist Center chairman said that internal problems of political parties were hampering the general public. Similarly, chairperson of the CPN Unified Socialist Madhav Kumar Nepal said that efforts were underway to take the country back towards regression and urged all forces to be united to fight against it. Speaking at interaction on Monday, Chair Nepal mentioned that parliament obstruction is an example of regression. The CPN-UML has been obstructing the parliament, accusing the speaker for not implementing the action recommended by the party against 14 parliamentarians who have joined the CPN Unified Socialist. Chairman Nepal argued that obstructing the parliament over the issue which is under consideration in court is against the constitution. Similarly, Minister for Communications and Information Technology Gyanendra Bahadur Karki made it clear that the five-party alliance was formed to end regression in the country, adding that the alliance would be made stronger in coming days. Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba has said the government is committed to equal access to education for all despite their different socio-economic status. In his address to the 47th convocation, the Tribhuvan University yesterday, the Prime Minister asserted that financial status of an individual should not be a standard for having access to education. PM Deuba, who is also Chancellor of TU, was of the view that it is essential to create an environment conducive for everyone to easily obtain higher education and utilize own talent and creativity for the sake of the society and the nation. According to the PM, production of creative, innovative and skilled human resources is necessary to further strengthen the country's democratic system and to transform the nation's economy. He also stressed on the need of educational and managerial reforms as demanded by the present time in world's educational market. The Prime Minister said that education should be the bringing positive changes in the people's life, society and the nation. He took time to share with the mass that he was seeing the reflection of the beautiful Nepal on the faces of the graduates. The future course of the nation will be determined by your mindset, commitments and actions, he told the mass. A total of 29,729 students completing the PhD, DM, MCH, Philosophy, Master's and Bachelor's degree and meeting the criteria of attending the convocation had participated in the ceremony. The National Assembly meeting was stalled yesterday due to the obstruction caused by the main opposition party CPN-UML. The government was preparing to table the annual reports of the National Dalit Commission for the last 2 fiscal years when the UML lawmakers obstructed the House proceedings shortly after the commencement of the NA session. They stood from their seat in protest, saying that the NA business cannot move ahead until their demands are met. This happened despite repeated calls by the NA chairperson Ganesh Prasad Timilsina to let the upper house business continue. After his efforts went in vain, Timilsina, however, announced the postponement of the NA meeting until further notice. The protesting UML has been demanding action against UML lawmakers who have been recommended action by the party. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Back after the break, we continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 280 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 825,964, while the number of active cases has dropped to 5,271. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 808,155 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 11,574 after the virus claimed one more life yesterday. Nepal is currently among top 47 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 52.03 million confirmed cases, followed by India with over 34.74 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 275.75 million people across the world and claimed over 5.37 million lives. And now the news from economic front. The price of petroleum products is expected to remain stable for the next 14 days despite India revising the price list. According to the revised price list of the petroleum products received from India, the Indian Oil Corporation has reduced the fuel charge to Nepal Oil Corporation. However, NOC is reluctant to reduce the price of petroleum products, arguing that it is unable to cope with the losses it has suffered so far. A source at the NOC informed that although the price list from IOC has been revised, the monthly loss of NOC is more than Rs 3 billion, so it cannot reduce the price. The NOC fixes price of petroleum products every 15 days based on the price list received from Indian Oil Corporation. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. The World Health Organization has said the Omicron variant of the coronavirus is spreading faster than the Delta variant and is causing infections in the people already vaccinated or who have recovered from the COVID-19 disease. There is now consistent evidence that Omicron is spreading significantly faster than the Delta variant, WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom told a news briefing in Geneva on Monday. Meanwhile, Israel has added the United States to its no-fly list, citing concerns over the spread of the new Omicron coronavirus variant. Acting on Health Ministry recommendations, Israeli cabinet minister voted on Monday to put the United States, Italy, Belgium, Germany, Hungary, Morocco, Portugal, Canada, Switzerland and Turkey onto no-fly roster. In Europe, Germany has ruled out a Christmas lockdown but warned a fifth COVID-19 wave could no longer be stopped amid a spread of Omicron. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola has warned his players about off-field behavior at Christmas after Jack Grealish and Phil Foden were reportedly pictured in a nightclub and then dropped for the glass at Newcastle. The England duo, along with John Stones, was the only chances to the side that thrashed Leeds 7-0 when City visited St James Park and won 4-0. Foden and Grealish were replaced in the starting 11 by Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus, while Joao Cancelo, available again after suspension, returned to Guardiola's first team in place of Stones. Stones came off the bench in the 17th minute, but Grealish and Foden were unused substitutes. Grealish scored just his third goal for City in the Leeds win and had impressed in the demolition at the Etihad, but he was not present as City extended their lead at the Premier League summit on Tyneside amid growing COVID-19 cases in the Premier League and a succession of cancelled games. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Leaders mark 1 year of dissolution of Parliament, say the threat of regression has not subsided yet. Tribhuvan University organizes 47th convocation. PM Deuba stresses on equal access for education to all. UML obstructs National Assembly session, upper house meeting postponed until further notice. Omicron spreading significantly faster than Delta, WHO chief warns of reinfection from the virus. And Guardiola wants Foden and Grealish over conduct. The England duo were reportedly pictured in a nightclub after the Leeds win. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.